Hello, good afternoon. Happy hump day to you guys. So I am High Priestess Jamila, and I wanted to come and speak to you guys about how a narcissist will react to your rejection of their manipulation. Once you find out somebody is a narcissist, you must know that every single time they love bomb you or try to get back together with you, that it is just manipulation because they are in need of supply. So when you reject them, they're gonna, some of them, depending on how badly in need they are of supply, they know you're gonna reject them. Okay, but they still feel as though there's hope that they can feed. So what they will do is they will react with rage and anger and abuse and verbal abuse and threats. And the reason why they'll go from literally 1 minute they're begging you to come back to them and saying, baby, I love you, I miss you. And when you don't accept it, The reason why they have to turn around and attack you is because they think they're going to get some supply. Remember, I told you guys that the reason why the narcissist verbally or emotionally abuses you is because they're looking for supply. So they're trying to take you through that cycle really, really quickly. They know that they can't get back in because you figured them out and what they're up to. And what they will do, hello, Susan. Ain't nothing going on, sweetie. Okay. What they will do is they will quickly and immediately, I'm talking about like maybe 5 or 10 minutes later, they're, basically they begin to attack you. So this is why it's extremely important for you to cut off communication with them, in which that is what I have done, cut off communication to the narc. I don't personally believe that they can be helped because they have no idea that it's something wrong with them in the first place. Last night, I explained to you guys that these people are, in fact, being controlled by demonic forces. Okay? And, it's really, really important for you to make no contact with them, for you to just cut off any kind of way of them to contact you. And it's all a feeding frenzy. And when they realize that they can't feed off of you anymore, because in that moment that they are saying, I love you, that they are saying, I want to be with you, I miss you, in that moment that they are doing that, they are setting you up so that they can feed. So if they're very, very desperate for supply, what they will do is they will immediately turn demonic, immediately, because that is at the point where they are feeding. What I would suggest that you do is meditate and protect your energy at that point. That's really all that you can do. Okay? Yeah. Well, I don't react like all women react to that because I know exactly what they're doing. And my spirits are very, very careful about allowing my energy to be fed up on. But that's exactly what they're doing. So that's why you can't speak to them. Like, you just have to just let them go because, they'll do all sorts of things to try to get you back. And they don't actually want you back. They want back that supply. You're nothing but a source of energy to these people. What's up, musically inclined? So at that point, when you realize that they are totally inhuman, when you realize that there's no redeeming of these people, is when you just have to block them. So I would strongly suggest a lot of you women and men, if you're dealing with a narc, just block them. They're energy vampires. If you guys want to know more about this, because it's not even always a narc, it can be an incubus or a succubus. So musically inclined, I'd be careful. I'd be careful with that. I don't know about that Susan Lathan account. The person's using the word sweetie way too much. So they're just, it's literally when at the moment where they start talking crazy to you and mentally abusing you, that is when they're on the feeding frenzy. And they have to do it really, really fast because, they're like, I need my supply. I need it. And I'm going to get it whether or not you give it to me or not. So, yeah, go ahead and block that account because I kind of know who that is. You can go ahead and block that account. So I think meditation is going to be your best bet though when you're going through that. And then also making sure that you send that energy back to them. And you can say a very simple incantation at that moment prior to getting your cleanse. You can just say, let cruelty, pain, and evil ways follow this villain throughout his days or her days. Reverse the torment they create to turn on them a crueler fate. That's really what you have to do, is just reverse that energy back to them, because they're so filled with negativity that they are also looking for somebody to absorb. That's the reason why the narcissist is so obsessed. That's another reason. It's not just for supply, but they also want you to absorb their negative energy. I personally don't believe that they're very smart. I don't know how people even get deeply involved with them. I really honestly don't. Because the games that they play are that of a demonic little child. I'm not even joking with you. The things that they do, and you know that it's lying to you. To be honest with you, the way that I've been coping with dealing with narcs is that you don't see them as human, because they're not. Human beings don't do things like that. A human being is not going to say, I love you, I miss you 1 minute, and then literally 20 minutes later, after you reject them, they're doing the same thing, which is the reason why you rejected them in the first place. Okay. You might as well just block Shan Young too, because that person is playing. Let me go ahead and do it. I'll do it. Yeah.
Huh?
It's a cracker, baby. Huh? Anyway, you guys, I've got a delicious pot of chili that I need to cook. So I will be back a little bit later with either some readings or either, we can talk a little bit more about it. Yeah, they're really messed up in the head, and they don't handle rejection well either. Because I've had a group of narcissists that I said, I don't want to be a part of your group. I don't want to be a part of what you're doing or saying. I'm not interested. And they consistently try to think of ways to get you involved with them, like another narc on here. Now, I've been asleep all morning, and for some reason, I don't know if somebody must have cloned my number or something, and they called into his show pretending to be me. They didn't say anything, so he didn't hear my voice. But with that, this is another narc that is on a feeding frenzy. And, he proceeded to verbally try to verbally assassinate me, and it was not me that did that. So it's really sad. It really is. But you know what? Eventually they'll give up and they'll go away. They will. They'll eventually give up and go away. And if you're not actually making any kind of contact with them, they're going to try to force people to believe that you've contacted them. And I have not contacted you. I would not contact any of these people. So I'm sorry if you guys are upset that I don't want to be a part of your group. Of course I don't want to be, and I never will be. Your black candles are going to be your best friends during that situation.
Where's my water?
There, honey, it's just a cracker. It's just a regular saltine cracker. There you go. Yeah, it's just a way to try to get me a part of that group, because old girl is tired of being attacked by this guy. So she wanted to shift some of that over to me, but he wants it anyway. So, I do. And I've got a reading coming up today. So I will see you guys later. Y'all know where I'm at if you need a reading. And y'all have a happy Wednesday. Okay.